好了。不知道会不会好一点，希望可以好一点吧。说起来，那个，闪光弹杀死、间接杀敌、咖啡保温瓶寻获、9-100，我不知道这是单纯的收集道具，
Hey, handsome.
收集道具。
This is gonna be a long night, but these shots are turning out great.
I guess you're gonna need that coffee then. I'll go put it on.
哦，他太太可能是摄影师，这一集不用找电话了，但是看到电话还是想拨一下。又有原稿。
It's true what they say about the fall and the sudden stop at the end. I'd lain here in the snow while the lurid chain of scenes that had led me here kept playing in my head. A rerun of my own private snuff movie. A memory of my corpse. Alone at my own wake. Thinking. This was a late goodbye. 13 years after I'd gotten my revenge, it had finally caught up with me. It had been a long time to bear.
这应该是他原来写的小说吧？这应该是他原来写的小说。What I can't forget. Return to sender. Alex Cassie. Things that I want. The Fall of Cassie. 这是他的恐怖小说全集。这个双枪是什么呀？我还挺好奇这个双枪。啊？认真的？认真的？等我一下，等我一下。求头妈的，求头妈的。哎，我手机。让我看看这到底是个什么东西。Oh, turns out this isn't too bad even if you are not sitting on a couch when you play it. Who knows? 这是什么奇怪的彩蛋？说 turns out 应该是退出还是？结果吧，哦，结果还没什么，结果是不太差。就算你躺在一个沙发上，就算你是躺在沙发上玩它，谁知道呢？照下来还挺有趣的，照上。他是不是总结我上一章玩的怎么样啊？我怀疑啊，他可能是在总结我上一章玩的怎么样。哎，你们厕所都没个镜子了吗？惊了！能拿纸吗？哇，洗衣机也太小了，是洗内裤用的吗？真的是。
The continuing freezing rain and heavy snowfall have necessitated a winter storm warning in the entire tri-state area. People are advised to stay indoors as many roadways are already closed, and city officials are not expecting snow crews to keep up with the weather. We're now on the 3rd day of the blizzard, and the weather is not expected to clear up anytime soon.
啥都没有，走了。去开咖啡机了。等等，咖啡机是哪个呀？打开，清了。咖啡机，这个。
Coffee's on.
Great, thanks. I'll need it if I'm gonna finish this by tomorrow.
现在逛一逛家里，这应该是门口。回来。
Oh, hey, I just finished those cover mock-ups. They're on your desk. Tell me what you think.
No kidding. I didn't think you'd get them done this quickly.
On occasion,
这是哪个
I
明星
can
啊？
perform all sorts of miracles, my dear.
有点眼熟
Oh,
哎。
really?
Well, you seemed to think so last night.
查看封面草稿，是这些吗？还是这个？怎么查看？是这个吗？是这个吗？老婆，你看我站在椅子上哎。老婆，你看我呀，我好高哦。所以哪个是封面草稿？我傻了，封面草稿到底是哪个？找不到，找不到，那边的东西都不能互动。这里都不能互动，什么情况？是这些吗？我刚才没有注意任务提示。完了，麻了，全麻。哦，是这个吧？
These look really good.
Oh, sure, until Barry gets his hands on them. Which, by the way, will happen over my dead body. The last time was the last time. Oh, and speaking of Barry, he called. Alan!
老婆，我来了。
Please check the fuse box.
I'm right here. I'm on it, honey.
Please hurry.
I'm right here, baby.
I'm fine. Just get the lights back on. Now, please.
Honey, it's a power outage. I've got the flashlight.
Okay. Hi.
You okay?
I'm sorry. It just really spooked me.
Don't worry. We'll just break out the candles.
I know it's stupid, but it's just... Especially when I'm not prepared for it, you know? It gets to me.
I love you.
Tell me a story, writer.
Okay. I used to have these nightmares when I was a kid. The dark really spooked me, too. When it got really bad, my mom gave me this old light switch. She called it the clicker.
The clicker, huh?
Yeah. If I ever got scared of the dark, I could just flip the switch and a magic light would scare the monsters away.
Oh, sure.
Here it is.
Alan.
Maybe it'll help you, too.
Yeah, nice story, writer boy. You made that up right now, didn't you?
No. Seriously.
I love you, even if you are a liar. Thanks for this.
居然是插叙。
How do you feel, Mr. Wake? Any nausea, disorientation, anything like that? Mr. Wake, how are you feeling?
I'm okay. My head's fine. I had to lie about my headache and memory loss. He'd send me to a hospital for tests. I couldn't leave without Alice.
Very well. I don't think you have a concussion, but you've obviously been through quite a shock. You should take it easy for a couple of days.
Thanks.
Well then, Mr. Wake, we're done here. If the pain gets any worse or you experience any other symptoms, you should come see me. I'll let you get on with it then. Sarah, Sheriff Breaker, is waiting for you. She's very good at her job. I'm sure she can locate your wife in no time.
Doc Nelson was the image of a small-town doctor. Sheriff Breaker had called him to the station to take a look at the cut in my head.
怎么还有鱼的
I'm？ sorry you had to cut your morning fishing short for this, Doc.
Oh, she's a beauty, ain't she? Not the biggest I ever caught, if you can believe that coming from an old fisherman like me, but she's right up there. Now, she's a largemouth bass, which is what you're after if you prefer a lure. Now, if you want either trout or salmon, on the other hand, then it's fly fishing for you. You a fishing man, Mr. Wake? Oh, doesn't really matter, I suppose. But it can be very relaxing out there. You can't get me off the water this time of year. Closest thing to heaven.
做人不能钓鱼，用众生的痛苦满足自己，死后必遭现世报。哦，不对，晚年必遭现世报。医生，好自为之。哎，还能阅读。
Thank you for testing
寻
the
人
weight,
启
Miss
事。
Weaver. Everything seems to be fine.
怎么没名字啊？
I'll be sure to take care of it, Miss Weaver. Have a nice day now.
这是个什么东西？这不像个人啊，这看起来像个老鼠。559932还行。可能是被我杀掉的，是被我杀掉的。Shara Breaker Sheriff.
Come in, Mr. Wake. Your phone's on the desk. The battery was dead. It's charged now.
感
Have you
谢。
started looking for my wife yet?
My men are already on it. Now, can you tell me what happened?
I'm not sure. I can't remember. We were arguing. I walked out of the cabin.
The cabin on Cauldron Lake?
How did you end up at Stucky's gas station?
I wanted to tell her what had happened last night, but I couldn't. She'd lock me up. Excuse me. I need to take this. Hello?
Alan, please help me.
Alice?
Stop talking to the law. You'll do exactly what I say if you ever want to see your wife again.
Who is this?
Go to the back lot. There's a hole in the fence on the left. Look inside the junker. I left a little something there to convince you we're all on the same page here. After you ditch the cops, you're gonna meet me in Elderwood National Park. There's a spot called Lover's Peak. Midnight.
Mr. Wake, can I help you with
Don't do
anything?
nothing stupid, pal. We're watching you.
I need to get some air. The sheriff said I could go out back.
Of course, Mr. Wake. You can get there through the cell corridor. Just don't mind Walter.
I couldn't go
there.
anywhere yet.
He's one of
I
our
had to play
regulars.
along with the caller. Alice's life was at stake.
For good.
Oh, no such luck. He went on a bender and beat Danny pretty badly. He started shouting like that the moment he woke up.
不对，是走那边。
You can get to the back lot
Oh,
through
也是，
that
对。
door and down the corridor, Mr. Wake.
Parking, holding cells。毕竟，哎，确实这样合理，因为绑架是有救的。如果真是超自然力量，反倒没救，绑架反而有救。
Mulligan here. I'm at Stucky's gas station with Thornton. There's no sign of him. Over.
Wait. Yeah, this is Thornton. Look, we've located the brake float. It's here. That's some good news, right? Stucky was supposed to be driving it at the rehearsal today. Over.
Oh, give me that. Mulligan here. Looks like someone really thrashed the garage. Over.
Okay, roger that, guys. Keep looking for Stucky. Jane's out.
Damn it, I said please! Hey! Hey, you! Can you help me? Can you turn the lights on?
开灯。
Thank you, man, thank you. Hey, you're alright. You're a good guy. Don't let anybody tell you different. You know, I shouldn't even be in here. The cops, they got it all wrong. See, sure, I beat him up, but I wasn't drunk. I mean, I wasn't drunk at the time. I only got drunk afterward. Okay, listen. You gotta listen carefully now. Here's the kicker. That wasn't Danny. No, sir. It only looked like him. You wanna know who it really was? I'll tell you who it really was. It was a goddamn space alien! I know it sounds like something that a drunk would say, but believe me, I wasn't drunk then.
I believe you. 没事吧，老兄？要不要帮你叫警察？你没事吧？我知道，我也遇到同样的事情。
I told him, oh yeah, well I don't hear you where on your feet.
还有消息吗？多说一点，把你知道的全说出来。
Stick by what I'm
什么牢里面还有原稿的？ 睡个好觉。
The early morning light hurt my eyes and made my head ache. The man on the phone had said, go through the fence on the left.
Well, folks, it's been another long night, and it's about time for me to sign off for a while. God knows I need my beauty sleep. Just one more item before I go. It's been a busy night for the Sheriff's Department. We've had a few broken windows, even a report of shots fired on Main Street. Deputies Mulligan and Thornton had to deal with two intoxicated young men who were celebrating the completion of their Deer Fest float. Now, folks, we get this every year. I know it's exciting, the big day's almost here, but let's save it for the party and leave the gunplay for the shooting competition, huh? There's no point in getting all worked up yet.
这个人有问题，这个人有问题。左边的篱笆栏。
The caller had told me to find a hole in the fence behind the police station. There was something for me in an abandoned car.
No parking anytime. 嘿，老先生，看到我吗？看不到，在说话。哦，突然想起来，感觉还是不太好。我也是个怕黑的人。帮你把灯打开吧。睡个好觉。我原来也开灯睡觉，小时候特别怕鬼。 特别怕，因为去亲戚家看了一个电影，看那个我现在还记得，看《木乃伊归来》，把我给吓木了，真的是把我给吓木了。篱笆这儿有个洞，是这个吗？
Alice's driver's license had been placed on the front seat. The caller meant business. Barry?
Ow! Ow! Thank God! Where the hell have you been? I've been trying to reach you for a week, you and Alice. I've been worried sick. I flew out yesterday. I'm here in Bright Falls.
Barry, listen to me. I'm at the sheriff's station. Come and get me. I can't talk now.
Ow! What the hell is going on?
I had to get the sheriff to let me go. I needed to get to Elderwood National Park to meet Alice's kidnappers.
小伙子，你还好吗？睡着了。
A writer is a light that reveals the world of his story from darkness, shapes it from nothingness. The way a sculptor carves a statue from a block of granite. If I stop, the world I'm making dies. Darkness will reclaim it. It's a long, hard journey into the dark. Alice's life is at stake, but I can't think about that, or I'll lose it. The dread lingers at the edge of perception. I'll push on. Anything is possible here. I'll write the story. I'll save her.
看来之前那个光，之前那个引导这个主角的光，应该就是主角的本体。
I just wanted to settle all the damage the Anderson brothers might have inadvertently caused.
Are you feeling any better, Mr. Wake?
I'd like to leave. Am I free to go?
Well, we still need to talk about...
Am I under arrest?
No, of course not. But I need to know where you'll be staying so I can get in touch with you.
I'd avoid the motel. The Majestic is known for its roaches. The cabins at Elderwood are pretty nice, though.
That sounds perfect.
I'm Dr. Emil Hartman. I'd like to invite you to stay at Cauldron Lake Lodge.
Did you talk to my wife?
I had the pleasure of discussing your situation with her on several occasions.
Did you set something up with her?
I invited her here. My clinic is a place where...
Oh, hey! Oh, my!
Take it easy.
操！主角怒了。
Nobody move! Get your hands off of my client.
Who are you?
I'm Barry Wheeler, his agent. If you have business with Mr. Wake, you talk to me. You yokels won't know what hit you once I sick my lawyers on your asses.
No harm done, Sarah. I'm all right. I don't want to press charges. Mr. Wake, my offer still stands.
Get me out of here.
What the hell was that about, Al? We don't need a replay of that thing with the paparazzi. I thought they were gonna lock you up.
哎，不过他这里这么确定这个 Hatman 有问题
I told Barry everything. He thought I was certifiable, but when he heard about the manuscript, I had him. The fact that I'd written something, even if I couldn't remember it, was enough for him. He smelled money. And he believed that Alice had been kidnapped. Anything beyond that was another story. I had a midnight appointment with the kidnapper in a place called Lover's Peak, somewhere in Elderwood National Park. The plan was to rent a cabin.
I don't like it, Al. I don't like any of it. It's not good. In fact, it's the absolute opposite of good.
Mr. Wake! Barry, you found him.
Hi, Rose.
Oh, wow. I was just thinking about you, too.
Great.
I was just bringing Rusty some coffee. He's on the balcony, looking after Max. Poor thing. I really need to go. Great to see you again, Mr. Wake. Later!
操，死肥宅看哪儿了？
What an airhead.
Jeez, Mr. Takes a swing at everybody. This is not her fault. She's a very nice girl and, more importantly, a fan. She even has a fan site dedicated to you. And she was very helpful when I was looking for you. Seriously, Al, what you were saying in the car, just listen to yourself. What, you shot a guy and his body just disappeared? When was the last time you slept? Are you high? Have you been drinking?
No! Look, Barry, I'm missing a week. And someone's got Alice.
Do
and
you
everything's just...
understand what it sounds like when you say stuff like that?
操，这种人信不得，这种人是酒肉朋友，绝对不能信，
Could be a bestseller.
绝对
But
不
when you
能
start
信。
confusing fiction with reality, you're buying yourself a ticket to the funny farm.
Wait here.
Easy there, boy. I'm almost done.
Hey, Rusty, right? You rent cabins.
Oh, Mr. Wake. I'd shake your hand, but mine are kind of full here. Actually, I'm sorry about this. Would you mind grabbing the registration form from the desk? It's just across from Bucktooth Charlie.
Okay, sure. What happened?
What happened?
Lazy poachers. Max here got his foot caught in a trap. They're illegal to use here. Hell, you're not supposed to hunt within the park at all. But that doesn't stop some lowlifes. Well, at least Max is gonna be okay. He got lucky.
Poor guy.
Max is still groggy from the shot I gave him, and I'd rather not leave him alone just yet. The form's on the desk across from the mammoth skeleton.
好，马上帮吧。
seriously, Al, you can't just go and meet a kidnapper. Those situations always end up in disaster. You gotta talk to the cops.
She's my wife, and it's my call. Can we talk about this later?
No. This whole thing... Listen, you hit your head. I mean, geez, Al, come on. You gotta understand how crazy all this sounds. If you're trying to pull a joke on me, freak me out, it's working. Ha ha, let's have a laugh on Barry. Well, you had me going there real funny, Al. You can quit it now.
信不得，信不得，这个人有问题，可能就是他指使的这起绑架案。
I think this is the form you wanted.
And here are the keys. Okay, you're all set, Mr. Wake. Glad to have you staying here.
Thanks. Can you tell me how to get to Lover's Peak?
Oh, sure. It's at the end of the nature trail. Just follow the paths, you'll get to it eventually. It's an easy walk. Nice spot, too. If you have any trouble finding it, just keep your eyes on the radio mast. It's right below that. Oh, and hey, if you take a walk in the woods, watch your steps so you don't end up like Max. I guess I'm a little worried. We got a bunch of campers out there we haven't heard from. It's not like these people are on a schedule, but with the traps, well, you know. I just don't want any trouble.
Right. Thanks.
操.
Look, Al, you're asking me to believe that you shot a dude who went poof into thin air, a guy who was bulletproof until you pointed a flashlight at him. You hear that from people who end up spending time in padded rooms, strapped to their beds, wearing white shirts with too long tangled up sleeves, and eating a healthy diet of pills. Al, you make cruel jokes about people who believe that kind of stuff. You're the skeptic. You gave me an hour-long lecture on homeopathy last month. What was it? If there's no proof, it's pure bullshit. Period.
Guess the laugh's on me then.
Al, come on! I mean, okay. Okay, maybe something weird happened to you, okay?
Well, thanks for the heartfelt vote of confidence.
All I'm saying is you gotta throw me a bone here, bestseller. What would you think if it was me? There's no way you should be going out at midnight with a gun.
No one asked you to come here, Barry. Either work with me on this or go straight back to New York. Your choice.
前往小屋，应该是在那边。有可以猫的东西吗？这里。瞬间就晚上。
That's just crazy talk, Al. Al? We should go to the sheriff or call the FBI.
Damn it, Barry, they'll kill her! This is not a goddamn debate, Barry. I'm going to Lover's Peak. He said to come alone.
Okay then. I understand. You're my best friend and I'm worried that you're not right in the head. Tell me what to do to help and I'll do it.
You stay here, and if I'm not back by morning, call the cavalry.
Just be careful with the natives, Al. These yokels are dangerous. Everybody hates a tourist, or it'll be deliverance all over again.
Bless you.
完了，他兄弟要挂，他兄弟必死。这种破小屋，怎么可能？怎么可能安全？随便来个人，窗户打破就进来了。有人在厕所吗？怎么有两个门？这个门出不去。先看一下路。情人峰，找电缆。电缆。先看一下有没有可以猫的。 怎么只有7个电池了？我不是很省的吗？
I'll wait here, Al. I'll hold down the fort. I'll be with you in spirit every step of the way, Al. Locking the door now.
这个水瓶到底有这个咖啡瓶到底有什么用啊？我看到现在都没有看懂，这咖啡瓶到底有什么用？啊，这里没路，这里没路。稍微理一下头发。 上一张的子弹不继承，比较难受。你的喷子呢？你的信号弹就没了。给我喷子，我要喷子！哎妈个鸡！这破游戏不需要省弹药。
Barry had the keys to the car he rented. Wasn't a long walk to the visitor center, and it wouldn't be any use to me in the forest. I knew I should have gone to the cops. This wasn't the smartest thing I'd ever done, but I was still angry with Barry for trying to talk me out of it. These people had called me right in the sheriff's station. The cops wouldn't scare them, and they had Alice.
操！吓死爷了！怎么这么多乌鸦的？不许叫！
Welcome back to the show, folks. As promised, our very own Dr. Nelson has just parked his rear end in the studio. Doc, what's your Deer Fest plan like?
My plan? You make it sound a lot more organized than I ever seem to manage. No plan, really. Just taking the atmosphere. I'm getting a little too rickety to do much more than that, you know.
Oh, tell me about it. No sack race for us older gentlemen, huh?
Yes, exactly, Pat. But I'm going to check out the parade, of course. And I'll be one of the pie contest judges, too.
Well, that takes a different kind of constitution.
Oh, yeah. It's my kind of exercise.
Now, Doc, seriously, you're in pretty good shape, though. You're the outdoors type. I know for a fact you're an avid fisherman.
That's right. Matter of fact, just caught a heck of a largemouth bass early this morning.
But you're not taking part in the fishing contest?
No, not this year. See, Pat, I'm just not that competitive anymore. Now I just like to take my time and enjoy the peace of it. It's no fun if I need to worry about what I'm catching, you know?
Considering your track record, the participants are probably pretty happy you feel that way.
Well, Pat, that's kind of you to say.
上次应该是吧，它小怪应该是一个模型吧。它小怪应该是一个模型，它往那边走，是我们来的地方。操 ，Barry 必死！我赌5毛 ，Barry 必死。他妈回来就看到 Barry 横尸野外，然后警察说是我干的，百口莫辩，只好把遇到的事情和盘托出，然后就被关进疯人院里。Barry 你还好吗？已经死了，已经死了，看都不用看了，已经死了，死得透彻。 啊，我从这边来的。我就讨厌这种 BGM， 紧张死。这里跳下去应该就死了吧？下面有光，算了，走正确的路。跳下去感觉会出事儿。有路不走，为什么要走歪门邪道？我太阳能手电筒也是屌。Visit Center。这栋房子是我刚才进的那个吧？对，有风铃，应该就是我刚才进的那一个，而且有音乐。有怪吗？刚才那个 BGM 有怪，来了。灯也碎了。Lever Speak Elderwood Natural Trail Moonshine Cave。 喂，有人吗？我来猫东西了。Kick。又是一起。
Crime and punishment. The cancer and cure of civilization. But some crimes are impossible to punish, especially in Night Springs. Tonight's episode, The Man in the Mirror.
He's inside, Agent. He's a weird one.
So, you're confessing to killing that guy, huh? Why?
Had it coming?
Yeah, but why would you do that? I mean, you're a nice guy. Normal. Took a kid to a soccer game. So how come at the game, you pick a guy and, quoting from the arresting officer's report here, assault the victim's head area repeatedly with the weapon of choice being a pair of bare fists? Wow, that sentence really flows, huh? Maybe you're not the literary type. Okay, so you mess him up. But why? Who was that guy? We couldn't ID him. Why would a guy like you do him like that?
I didn't like his face?
Well, you must have hated it, because you really went to town there. I mean, there's no way to tell what he looked like. No ID on him either.
That must be difficult.
But then we ran the fingerprints. Got a match. Your prints. Identical.
Huh, how about that?
Your son said you were wearing a white shirt when you took him to the game. The white shirt is on the dead guy.
It's plenty red now.
You won't get away with this.
Do you really think that's in any way relevant to me? I had plenty of time to talk to my boy before the cops arrived, you know? He won't stop screaming, am I right? You think he's ever gonna be okay? I left my mark. Believe me.
You bastard.
What? You gonna shoot me? What's the point? I'm going to prison. You got me.
I don't understand any of this.
And you never will. Don't worry. Maybe you'll see me again, Agent. Maybe in the mirror.
操！我把声音开小一点，不好意思，怕。诚心怂了。没了，还有下一集吗？让我看看下一集啊。 感觉这个跳不出去，怎么感觉这个叫什么来着？那个啥还是人行道。原稿，这是什么？汽油罐 ，Fallen Rose。啊，这些东西好像都没有反馈。Visitors。
The vision left me weak. This was no head injury.
我操
！Rusty, hang on! I'm coming! Please help me! Anybody? Help me!
我来了 ，Rusty. Where are you?
Can you hear me? Anyone? Please help!
Hello?
Back here. I'm back here. Hey.
Mr. Wake?
Oh, hell.
It happened just the way it was on that page. I found. Came true. It knew. So dark. It'll come back for me. You must... The lights. In the office. I have the key.
Okay, Rusty. Hang on. I'll be right back. Whatever did this couldn't be far. Rusty had found a page from the manuscript. It would help me understand what had happened.
这不是办公室吗？
The only way to make sure that Rusty was safe was to get the power running and the lights back on. I was too late. Someone had destroyed the circuit breaker. There was no way to get the lights back on.
Rusty!
The ground was covered with blue patches that looked like liquid darkness.
I 估计是洛斯提被同化了。
Something had torn a mammoth-sized hole in the wall.
Go, go, no.
Don't feed the animals.
啊，可惜了，挺好一个人。
Purchase a park. License. Obey. The park ranger's instructions. At all times.
Rusty? Rusty, no! Never!
No approach closer than 100 yards.
Two bears and wolves never approach any other wildlife closer than
25 yards.
Pets must be leashed.
Never leave your pet unattended.
It is
against the law
to remove any natural objects or historical artifacts from the park.
Gross.
Or even simple berries.
喜欢这个角色，爱互动。唉，真的可惜，真的可惜，我是真的很喜欢这个角色，人又好，又喜欢动物，做的还是这么，这么伟大的工作。这一关要打长毛象，看来这关要打长毛象。哎，怎么过去？这是门吗？这是个门。
What the hell was that? I saw from the window. I saw something.
Forget about it, Barry. It's just me going crazy.
Oh jeez. Oh jeez. You're not crazy. I wish you were crazy, but you're not crazy. Ow, be careful.
Stay in the cabin. Don't open the door for anyone. I mean it.
唉，说实话，就算死我也不想亲手杀他呀。不过真的要说，也是被黑暗吞噬掉了，我算是帮他解脱了。只能说这个书中的人物，这些应该都算属于书中的人物，即使现实中存在，也只是这个书中的一个投影。
Lover's Peak was at the far end of the nature trail.
主角给自己准备物资了。只能说在有这些路标的地方会相对安全，相对。Moonshine Cave.喷子。Finders Keeper。不要喂食野生动物。用错枪了。麻了，全麻，打不了电话。我要上厕所，让我进去，让我进去。不进去我就要打电话了。55 ，standing by。No light, unknown. 要断。 乔药，居然没断，金怪来了。哪里？ 怪，大壮，我操！举头。 66公尺是多高啊？很高的样子。让我走走看。吗？这游戏没有处决系统吗？有灯光，有补给，有弹药。完了，这条要没了。来了，来了，来了！ 妈个屁！了不起！了不起！了不起！了不起！下去吧，您嘞！哎，哦，其实刚才强行那个啥也可以，强行开关应该也来得及。哦，武器在这，我就说怎么没有武器？ 手机没信号吗？又有怪。哦。逼，操！有熊警报！怪来了，怪来了！ 怪种类有点多，这个怪是肉。我操！ 别死！哎，没弹药了，我操，没弹药了，没弹药了，我操，最后3发弹药，这要怎么整？完了完了，我没了，刷怪了，我没了。没有补给，没有补给，我觉得我没了。就光之前应该会再打一场，居然没打吗？这里被封起来了。没有补给吗？我的天哪！刷这么多怪，一个补给都没有，我妈嘞！哇，这我是真有点慌了。这尼玛刷这么多怪，一个补给都没有。路呢？有 shop 里面应该有东西。我是从这边过来的吧？等等，等一下。哦，这样的。缆车。还是没有补给。哇，这是真的有点难受了呀。掉下去吧 ！Keep doors closed. Shit. 啥玩意儿啊？完了，我没弹药。全麻！哦，好兄弟来救场了！哎
，Come on, we gotta get moving. More of them coming.
操！这又是个什么人
？Kid stuff. The flares won't keep the bastards away.
高兴了，有兄弟了，有兄弟。
You can see them too? Hell, of course I see them. Come on, we gotta move.
Why?
Because that's the way the story goes.
Yeah, but
let's move.
I lost my gun back there.
Oh, I've got a gun. Just keep that light steady on him.
It took a moment, but then I recognized him. He'd been on the ferry when I first arrived here with Alice. He knew my name. We were headed in the direction of Lover's Peak. There was no way this was a coincidence. He was the kidnapper.
Come on, Wake! You better keep up.
直接走行吗？绑匪兄，我没了。
Because that's the way the story goes.
Yeah, but...
Let's move!
I lost my gun back there.
Oh, I've got a gun. Just keep that light steady on him.
It took a moment, but then I recognized him. He'd been on the ferry when I first arrived here with Alice. He knew my name. We were headed in the direction of Lover's Peak. There was no way this was a coincidence. He was the kidnapper.
Come on, Wake! You better keep up. Hear that? It's them.
我操！ Back, I see.
That's the way the story goes.
Yeah, but...
Let's move!
Oh,
I lost my gun back there.
Oh, I've got a gun. Just keep that light steady on him.
It took a moment, but then I recognized him. He'd been on the ferry when I first arrived here with Alice. He knew my name. We were headed in the direction of Lover's Peak. There was no way this was a coincidence. He was the kidnapper.
Come on, Wake! You better keep up. Bring it!
我操！
Right up these stairs, Wake. Use the flares from the emergency box to hold them off while I get these boards off.
Give me the gun.
Yeah, no can do, Wake.
Are you kidding? Give me the gun!
No time for back talk. Hold them off, damn it. Just a little longer. Scare them off. Get some light on those bastards. That'll keep them off us. Just a little longer. I almost got it. Okay, it's over. Move it or lose it.
哦，原来是按住啊！我才知道原来是按住。
Oh, you feeling better now, Wake? All cozy and safe. Better get ready. They'll be on us soon.
我们跑快一点啊！你把枪给我呀！
This is it, Wake. Last stand. There's more flares here. Get ready. We fight them as long as they keep coming.
Give me the goddamn gun! They're coming!
That's not how this goes. Get with the program, Wake.
那个就菜子，就这。 哎呀，错地方了。
He's a king, Wake.
我操，后面还有。
Last stand. There's more flares here. Get ready. We fight them as long as they keep coming.
Give me the goddamn gun! They're coming!
That's not how this goes. Get with the program, Wake.
哎，水平，水平，有水平，这里有水平。哎，我操！屌你妈的！ 怎么还没解决啊？这也太菜了！我摊上你这个垃圾队友啊！
Get
这东西好肉啊！
That's right. Just keep coming. Die already!
菜鸡打你妈！
See? Nothing to it.
可以告诉我
Let's
还有
cut the
啊？
act now. Where's my wife?
I knew you were gonna say that. I read it all before. You're a hell of a writer. Congratulations. You're gonna bring about something glorious and terrible once we get you some proper editorial control.
What the hell are you talking about? Where's Alice?
I want the entire manuscript, or she's gonna suffer bad.
You touch her up.
操！ 还有一个在作死呢。
You're gonna give me the manuscript or you'll be sorry.
No! Come back here! I swear I'll kill you if you hurt Alice! Do you hear me? Come back here!
操！
He had Alice, and he wanted the manuscript because he thought it held some magical power. But I had no manuscript to give him. I had to get back to Barry and figure out my next move.
喷子又没了。啊，这样子。 怎么还有这种东西？能解除吗？不能解除，那只有躲着一点了。不是从那边过来的吗？ 好多呀！我天！哇，这比刚才我来的时候更多了呀！是有人偷偷在这儿放吧？这是。 我有点迷路，该怎么走来着？那是我来的方向，这应该是我要去的地方。 完了，我迷路了。不是这里，不是这里。我操！啊！这
Give me the manuscript or you'll be sorry.
No! Come back here! I swear I'll kill you if you hurt Alice! Do you hear me? Come back here!
He had Alice, and he wanted the manuscript because he thought it held some magical power. But I had no manuscript to give him. I had to get back to Barry and figure out my next move.
哎呀，他居然错过这里。还好死了一次，都是好事。哎，我操，吓死！到底应该怎么走啊？这地方。我操
What the hell?
Rusty warned me about these dreams. It hurt me hell.
看来第一个只是警告，下一次可能就要来更多的人。那边没看到路。这里，感觉要塌呀！我操，这里有！哎呀，被树根给挡住了。 这个不会是来晚了吧？队友都上了，他没上，睡着了。有喷子，我操！居然会被这种东西弹过去，真的。有怪。这个回血点居然只能
I'd
用
heard
一
the
次。
plane fall. It made no sense. It was clear that it had just fallen here, but it was very old and obviously hadn't flown in decades. Looking at it sent a shiver down my spine.
这箭头是要我去哪？金，有点隐蔽啊。我刚才飞机上照到的那些到底是什么呀？好神秘啊！ 门好小哦。 我迷路了，是该走这边吗？好像不对，我是从那边过来，我从这里过来的。从这边。这个高度都要叫一下。猎枪弹药，手枪弹药可以。物资还算充足，还算充足。28发左轮，8发8发喷。让我看一下我的目的地在哪儿，应该目的地就是那个东西。哎，那边还有个水，去捡一下。说起来，这个水壶到底有什么用啊？就单纯是一个收集品吗？那是什么？有怪接近吗？好像没有东西了吧？这只能看看风景，走了。原稿就是这个东西，这些东西就是原稿，是可以捡到的东西。
In spite of its human mask, to describe the dark presence as intelligent would have implied human qualities on something decidedly inhuman. Nonetheless, it found the one spot in the diner that was dark enough. Some light spilled into the corridor, ravaging it, but it took the pain, horrible as it was. The kidnapper fired his gun one last time, and the shadow vanished into the darkness it had come from. See? Nothing to it, Wake. The thought of Alice in his hands was revolting. We stood on the wooden platform of Lover's Peak. Alice looked through the viewfinder, lining up the shot. Cauldron Lake was breathtaking. Something caught her eye, a figure standing in the shadows behind the cabin. Barry had never gotten along with Alice, but he knew Alan loved her with an almost frightening intensity. And now something had happened to Alice. And here was Al armed with a gun and saying things people got put. The air in the visitor center was heavy with an awful smell, as if some rotten drowned thing had crawled up from its grave. Rusty kept coughing blood. At the last instant, I changed direction and threw myself down. The axe splintered the trunk of a tree. I stumbled into the pool of bright light. My lungs burned. I was too exhausted to move. I tensed as I waited. In that last instant of consciousness, Rusty thought about Rose. He was older than she was. Rose was barely out of her teens, but she made him feel young and forget what a train wreck his long-dead marriage had been. He still wore the ring. He'd been waiting for her to tell him to take it off. Now she never would. I turned the corner, afraid of what the flashlight's beam might reveal. Suddenly, a roughly painted symbol of a torch glowed in the light. Agent Nightingale didn't want to be in Bright Falls. These little communities revolted him, and he didn't like the trees or the coffee.
这个原稿明显就是描述着将要发生的事情。那个绑匪有两个意图，有两种可能性，一个是他觉得这个原稿可以改变世界，他的语句中其实更体现出他想改变这个世界。通过这个原稿，就像是他可能觉得他用这个原稿来写东西，这个事情就会发生，或者说他想把它作为一个预言，将会发生什么。他得到这些原稿过后，他可以知道将要发生什么。每个人都希望有预知未来的能力嘛，有了这些原稿，等于拥有了预知未来的能力。明显绑匪就是看到了这个，所以想要这些原稿。
On more than one occasion, Alice had tried to explain to me how it felt to be afraid of the dark. To her, darkness wasn't simply the absence of light, but something more tangible than that. It was something. The night had been one desperate situation after another. I was exhausted, and my body felt as though it had been chewed up and... Sarah didn't care about the legal threats Wake's agent had made. She let Wake go without argument, because there was something about him she couldn't quite put her finger on, something that reminded her of her father. She didn't think Wake would hurt his wife.
小小的歇息，现在该继续了。要来了。其实有一个好处，还是听 BGM 能听出来什么时候会来怪。对，差不多是这个意思。毕竟他处理这些东西手法很熟练，他肯定知道这些原稿的价值。吓我呀！这些黑色的是什么？总之，感觉是最好不要碰的东西。刚才在飞机上有看到过这一类的，先等一下。上面有个圆。 不喜欢在这种狭窄的地方遇到怪啊！给我条活路。这满地都是这种石油一样的东西。 被光照了会蒸发。说起来，刚才新找到的原稿，我看一下。
When Barry saw the darkness attack the visitor center, it made him a believer. The men Al said he'd shot, they hadn't been just locals on crank. Somehow the world had changed, like the channel had been switched without warning. You think you're watching a city.
啊，这里只是拿一个原稿吗？
The logging site was a mess. The modular office had been pushed off the cliff. Deputy Thornton climbed up from the wreckage excited, breathing hard from the exertion. Nobody there. It's weird. Don't you think that's weird?
发不成。我怎么觉得那两个警员会变成 BOSS？ 没路了呀？有门吗？ 没看到路啊！说哦，这里，刚才没看到。好多呀！ The darkness wears her face。完了完了，老婆已经被同化了，老婆已经被同化了。
Beware of Widowmakers.
哎呀，被卡住了。 I need shotgun ammo. I need shotgun ammo. 这一章应该也要快到尾声了。 这是喷子啊！哎，算了，用2发就用2发，也不是这么宝贵的东西，感觉都没遇到，过什么 BOSS。最强的也就是刚才那种伐木工怪。左轮手枪弹药上限。
Logging is a hazardous occupation.
为什么不能？哎，我要回去捡弹药啊！让我回去捡弹药啊！妈个鸡！让我回去捡弹药啊！操！哎，好气啊！好气啊！好气！我有一说一，它这个怪的种类实在是不够丰富。这么大个场景，居然没有收集物品。等等，这不是森林公园吗？为什么森林公园会有伐木的？不对呀，怎么能在森林公园伐木呢 ？Elderwood， 这就是 BOSS 了吧？
Barry?
Ow! The porch is covered with birds. They've got all Hitchcock on me.
Stay out of sight. I'm on my way. Don't open the door.
What am I, crazy?
Stay hidden. I'll be there soon. Just make sure you keep the lights on.
打不到这个。从未成为公元前的反攻势。
I still had to reach Barry at the cabin, but at least I was out of the woods. I'd have to get the car from the locked garage. It would get me back to Barry faster, and the headlights were a welcome bonus.
我要上厕所，我要上厕所。开门，让我上厕所。哎，有人吗？厕所里不该有捡的东西吗？一般。
A story is not a machine that does what you tell it. A story is a beast with a life of its own. You can create it, shape it, but as the story grows, it starts wanting things of its own.
这种偷法也太明目张胆了吧！这可是经典。
Events that spreads through the whole thing. The characters have to be true to themselves. The events need to follow a logic that fits the story. A single flaw and the magic is gone. The story dies. Alice dies.
我上个厕所，我上个厕所。就是你他妈站着茅坑不拉屎，是不是？妈个鸡！换我啦！喂，我上完厕所了，我们走吧。啊，还有原稿。哇，好刺激啊！半夜闯女厕，但是女厕里面为什么会有喷子的弹药？现在的女人这么恐怖的吗？哎，灯怎么已经亮了？这样很浪费电的呀。哦，等一下发现没油了，不得气死！哎，这还有水。我从这边过来，刚才居然没有看到这个水壶。失策，失策！操，女装杀手还是 Hitman 啊！开锁。 哎，卡了，不好意思，卡了。车后有东西吗？没有。要开车是我最喜欢的情节了。傻逼！我操！他这个手感好怪呀、他这个驾驶手感也太……还是说我光环的车开多了？应该怎么走啊？我操！哪里冒出来的？我还在看广告牌。Bright Falls Deer Festival， 雪舞节。tomato。我操！这么严重了吗？已经？能漂移？会不会有收集品啊？我感觉。等一下啊，离开一下。这是不是？果然有东西啊！还有，光环不是越野不越野的问题，光环的操作方式和这个不一样。我是觉得这个公园伐木挺离谱的，为什么会在公园伐木？也太不政治正确了。啊，这是我们刚来过的地方，有可以捡的东西吗？应该没有，应该没有，直接上去。我车还停上面的，这伐木工太猖獗了，直接堆在这儿。但是也有可能是这样的哈，他不是说 操！我正想说他伐的是那个修公路的地方的木头，我正想说他伐的是修公路上的木头，然后就看到旁边的木头也没砍。但其实你看，修这些栈道肯定都是需要木头的，所以应该也不是偷伐，只是说总得给一点，给人一点用的地方。车库在哪？车库在哪？喂，有人吗？车库在哪里？说要我绝不在上。看来得下我的保卫车了。
The flare gun was probably the best weapon I could imagine against the dark things I was facing.
这警察是已经到了吗？登山步道该走哪边了？哎，有远港。哎，这风景不错，正好歇息一下，看看远港。也是哈，你这么说，但是你看吧，他要修这些东西，总是会砍树。
The FBI agent's command froze me in place. I considered surrender. It was all falling apart anyway. I could give in, let someone else deal with it, but it felt all wrong. Call it instinct, his posture, the way he held the gun. He was no friend. Shots ringing in my ears, I leaped for the hole in the fence and stumbled into the darkness beyond.
哇，这可能就是那个镜中人。
Rose knew that Rusty was in love with her, and she liked him too. She liked him a lot. He taught her to dance, and life had certainly taught her the value of a man who was gentle. He treated her well, made her smile, made her feel good. But Rusty wasn't the prince of her dreams, and that tended to underline the unbearable truth. She was no closer to that Hollywood magic than he was. There was no misunderstanding. Cauldron Lake was where Alice and I had stayed, but there was no cabin and no island. I was missing a...
说明这几个故事说到底还是连起来的。第一集缺了3页，缺了3页，唉。哦，要梦寐难度寻找该页，也就是说这一章我应该还有三页要找，还有3页要在这一章找到。 我不想再打一遍了呀，一般难度可以了，算了。我也不是收集癖，我可不想再打一遍。主要是掉帧有点厉害，说句实在话。哎呀！我操！哎呀，这失误了。啊？什么情况？哪里啊？ 去前页。有12发喷子，你要直接用喷子解决吧。
The flare gun was probably the best weapon I could imagine against the dark things I was facing.
它就本质上就是一个打僵尸的游戏，并不是逃亡。有枪啊，朋友，有枪啊！它是恐怖打僵尸游戏。这里有来过的。弹药不太够了，说实话，弹药不太够。
It was the kidnapper.
You son of a bitch! Where's my wife?
Enough horseplay, Wake. You deliver the manuscript, and you can have your woman back. Simple as that.
I don't... Listen. I'm gonna need time to finish it. I still need to write the ending. I need a week.
It's not done?
I need a week.
2 days. The old Bright Falls coal mine is nearby. You can find it easy, city boy. The main building, there at noon. You bring the manuscript, you'll get your wife. If not, well, get me?
Yes, I get you.
这种游戏应该是多结局。这种游戏怎么看都应该是多结局。毕竟它有收集，这种收集应该就是影响结局的要素。你收集的够多，就能打出好结局；收集的不够多，就是坏结局。比如说绑匪一枪崩了妻子，哎呀，我不会玩那种纯逃亡的游戏的，我哪有那个胆子？虽然这个不是单纯的打僵尸嘛，也有追逐战，但是手上有枪。手上有枪总是胆子总是肥得多。
Al, I am so glad you're here. A couple of them got in here before I blocked the chimney. This isn't normal. These birds are weird.
那你倒是开门啊！哦，击败乌鸦。是要照死还行？这乌鸦是靠照的。这尼玛还有多少？ 我操，爽！我操！哎，忘了换弹，忘了换弹。这是丢一个。哎呀！
Open the door now. They're gone.
完了 ，Barry 已经死了。我们的好 Barry 永远的离开了我们。
Hey, Al. I'm sorry for thinking you were having a psychotic episode, man.
你居然还活着吗？
I sent Barry to the town to ask around about a man fitting the kidnapper's description. He'd go through the archives of the local paper. Perhaps he could learn something. Anything about the island and the cabin that had disappeared. The man wanted a manuscript. I had to try to write him one to get Alice back. For me, the supernatural had always been nothing but a metaphor for the human psyche, a tool to use in writing fiction. Now, it was happening for real, and I couldn't put a single word on paper.
Barry Wheeler speaking.
This is Rose.
Rose?
I found Mr. Wake's pages.
Oh, you sweet, brilliant girl.
Could you and Mr. Wake come get them? I live in the trailer park outside the town.
We'll be there in less than an hour.
Bye now.
See you soon.
Have a great day.
有诈。
Hope you come back soon. Welcome to the old
dear diner.
操！ 他就暂时先住在这儿，不过完全写不出来，结局就是那个黑暗势力，那个 Dark Power 控制了之前遇到的咖啡店店员罗斯小姐，打电话引诱他们去露营 然后故事就到这里结束。后面会发生什么？哎，我有点想之前打完了，有一说，一共有多少章啊？我去搜一下，我看 Wake 有多少章。一共有6章，一共有6章。